Once upon a midnight dreary, while I ponder weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I mutter, "tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more." Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my book surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angel names Lenore. Name this here for evermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain fill me with fantastic terror never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "This some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the sweeper word Lenore. This I sweeper, and an echo murmur back the word Lenore, Lenore, Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window latest. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. This the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stop or stay he, but with mien allure of lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. perch and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancies into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, though I said art sure no craven, ghastly grim, an ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marvel this ungainly fowl, to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculpture burst above his chamber door, with such name as nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than mutter, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hope have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster follow fast and follow faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirge of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore. But the raven still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I will a cushioned seat in front of bird, and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore means in croaking nevermore. This I said engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burn into my bosom core. This and more I said divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall spread, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfall tinkled on the turfed floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee respite, respite, and nephrite from thy memories of Lenore. Cough, or cough this kind, no fancy, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, things of evil. Prophet still, if bird or devil. Whether tempter send, or whether tempest toss thee here ashore. Desolate, yet on undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by honor haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, things of evil. Prophet still, if bird or devil. By that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Eden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird of fin, I street upstarting. Get these back into the tempest and the nice Plutonian shore. Leave no black bloom as token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beach from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never fleeting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.